There's always been something about doors that freaks me out. When they're open, I feel exposed. When they're closed, I feel a little bit safer, but nervous about what's on the other side. I often lock my doors and the doors that lead outside of my small rural house. I've told people about this phobia. I guess you could call it that. They rationalize it, saying it's like how some people aren't afraid of the dark, but what's in the dark? Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Ever since I was a kid, I've always imagined a door opening on its own, a monster coming out to get me. Even now and again in my teen years, this would happen. It was always a door, never through a window, never out of a dark hallway or a corner. Always a door. The knob would turn, the hinges would creak. Out came a creature of utter blackness, and it would take me away. Kill me, whatever monsters do. That's why I hate this particular door. This door is tall, nearly 8 feet tall. It's about 3 feet wide. It's black, jet black. I don't like it. It's big, dark, and it's in my bedroom. I never really used this door. I keep some old clothes behind it. Suits, ties, dress pants. Just some random stuff that I never really use. I'm a cook, so I never really need them unless I get a job interview. I'm lucky I was able to stay with this diner for a long time. I haven't opened that door for 5 years. I often wonder why I never got rid of it. If I don't like it, why do I keep it? Well, I guess because it just seems silly. Seems silly to get rid of a door just because of some childhood fears. I'm a big boy now. I'm not supposed to be afraid of the dark or the boogeyman. I rap my knuckles on the door as I stand in front of it and say, I'm not afraid of you. You're just a big piece of wood. All you got behind you are some old clothes that probably don't even fit me anymore. I try to laugh away my concern as I look at the door. It towers over me. 2 small panels at the top of the door seem to angle down toward me. For a moment, I feel like it's looking right at me. I tried to laugh again, but I couldn't quite muster the humor. Instead, I gave it another rap and walk away. I have things to do. Gotta get ready for work, bills to pay, people to see. I don't have time to be afraid of a door. A couple of nights go by after I mock the door. The feeling of being looked down upon didn't leave for the rest of the week. For some reason, I just feel watched by that door. I lay in bed tonight, parallel to the door. I stare at it. The door is hidden in the darkness. Only has its brass knob there that I can see to let me know it never moves. I stare for some time, looking directly at it. I feel like I'm in a staring contest with a door. We just look at each other, waiting for the other one to make a move. We wait until one of us breaks the stare. We try to intimidate one another. We stare for a long time before I finally blink. When I do blink, I expect the door to suddenly swing open and reveal some sort of monster. Nothing happens. The door simply stands there, looking at me, looming over me. A chill runs down my spine, and I finally turn away. I go to sleep, but only after several glances back at the door. I wake up this morning with a headache. My head pounds like a death metal drum solo. I groan. It hurts like a son of a bitch. I press my hands on the bed to feel something warm dampen my hands. I open my eyes. There on my pillow and down onto the white sheets is a pool of blood. I sit up, tearing my face away from the pillow. It was sticky from the dry blood. When I examine the sheets closer, I see drops falling from my nose. I have a bloody nose, of course. I quickly stand up from my bed and run to the bathroom with my head up like some sort of super snob. You know, the kind where they even look down on God. Anyway, I run into the bathroom, look at myself in the mirror. The left half of my face, mostly the cheek and the mouth area, are dark red and brown. 2 streams of blood still drip from my nose. I hold it up again, this time feeling around the bathroom for some toilet paper. I find some and quickly plug my nose. The toilet paper stops the bleeding, and I'm able to sigh in relief. I feel dizzy though, and when the crisis ends, my headache decides to take center stage again. With another groan, I wander into the bedroom and call in sick. I can't go to work like this. I call my boss. I got the toilet paper shoved in my nose. Maybe I sound more convincing. He told me to call someone, and so I call Fred. He's a good guy. There. I had the day to get cleaned up and my head to feel better. As I laid my phone back down after calling Fred, I noticed something odd. There was a sheet missing from my bed. Figuring I just kicked it off as I slept, I take a look around the bed. Nothing. Not under the bed, not behind it, not around it. I looked all over. I can't find it. I sit down on the bloody bed. What a day. And I just woke up. My head is pounding as I try to think, trying to calm down. I feel like crap, but I feel nervous for some reason. A bloody nose and a headache, and then my sheet's gone. I pinch the bridge of my nose in frustration. I look up, intent on some aspirin, and I notice something else. My closet door wasn't closed all the way. I could tell because the latch rested on the outside of the frame. Now I'm really freaking out. I stand up. I stand up in nothing but my boxers, and I approach that door. I reach for the handle, and I look up at those two panels again, and they seem to angle down at me, staring me dead in the eye. I hesitate and take a step back. Why was it open? Why was I scared of it? It's just a door. Nothing to be scared of. Yet I was. I was absolutely terrified of this door right now. My head's pounding. My nose is plugged with toilet paper, and I'm alone in my boxers. Dawn is just creeping through my window. I grip the handle. There was nothing, absolutely nothing to be scared of. I tell myself this probably 1,000,000 times as my hand shakes on the knob. The quaking knob makes small rattling noises as the latch vibrates against the frame. Finally, I take a deep breath, make a tight fist, and I swing open the door. Inside is 5 jackets, dress shirts, dress pants, 2 pairs of shoes I wear for interviews. They were all aligned and straight on the rack they hung on by their hangers, just as I'd left them 5 years ago. I look down and there's my sheet under the coats. It's folded up neatly into a perfect square. One word races across my mind 1,000 times. How? How? I don't know. I don't think I want to know. Mustering my courage again, I reach down and I grab the sheet, and then I shut that door. I used more force than usual. The door shut with a small slam. I jumped in response, but I stood my ground otherwise. I look back up at the 2 panels and remain still. They look back. They seem to be waiting for some sort of response to my findings. Do they want praise? Fear? Scolding? What was I to do? Should I tell it how much it scared me? How terrible of a trick it was? I looked up at it. It looks back. I don't move from where I am until about 10 a.m. The day presses on. I'm downstairs cleaning up. My headache's gone. I'm sitting on my couch watching TV, watching a documentary. It's all about the Civil War, how Sherman marched through Atlanta, burning everything in his path. Next to me in a chair is the sheet I found in the closet. I don't take the time to put them back on the bed, nor did I take the bloody sheets and pillow to be washed. I don't intend to sleep up there anymore. It seems my venture to avoid the door was not something I was destined to. As a man talks about how Sherman planned to burn Atlanta to the ground, I hear something that makes my blood run cold. A loud slam echoes through the emptiness of the house. It's a fierce slam, like someone who is running for their life would slam a door in front of a killer, or like how a child, looking for attention, would slam their parents' door. I jumped up from the couch and look up the stairs leading to my room. The slam echoes in my ears a few times as I gaze up, unable to move. I'm not just scared anymore. I'm terrified. Something is in my house. Something hid behind that door, and that something wants my attention. I call out to it, "Hello!" I wasn't sure how I was able to muster the courage to call out into the empty house. I wasn't even sure why I thought I'd get an answer. I don't. The house is silent once again. My nerves weren't settled. I take a few steps forward, my socks whispering on the pale carpet. I stop. Nothing continues to happen. I lick my lips. They're incredibly dry. I then jogged, I couldn't believe how fast I decided to see the door. My body feels like it's on autopilot as I skipped up the steps to my room. I fly past the bathroom and suddenly find myself at the doorway leading to my room. I look around the corner. There's the door. It's shut tight. No latch left out. I step into my room. I step slowly, cautiously. Those two panels watch my every move like the eyes of a hawk, or that of a demon. I look at them as I continue. Every few steps I pause to listen and watch. Nothing happens. I'm at the door. I look up at the panels again. Something catches my eye. It's a long streak. The door was covered with them. This one was larger than the rest. The streak extended between the two panels and curved. It was smiling at me. I'm downstairs again, this time with a beer in my hands, a quilt over me, my head on the arm of the couch. The time's 11:30. I'm watching a movie, Die Hard. My eyes are blank and my body's cold. I'm very cold. I even wore my jacket under the quilt and I was still shivering. I'm actually very scared, yet I don't feel all that scared, just cold. I watch as explosions come off the screen. Gunfires pass back and forth. My body's still shivering. I take a drink of the beer about every 10 minutes, on the minute. I watch. I wait. I'm waiting for something, for the door to do something. I can't leave. I didn't feel the need yet. I feel distant, actually. I feel like I'm watching myself watch TV. I only ever came back to the present whenever the 10 minutes came up. I watch TV and keep an ear out for something. At 12 midnight, just as I drink my beer, I hear what I'm waiting for. The walls shook, the ground quaked, and my heart stops. There was another loud slam. Oh, but it's not over yet. That slam is followed by another, and another, and another. The pace was slow at first, but it picked up quickly. It was almost like listening to a giant smash against the wall over and over again. My body moves faster than I ever thought I could, yet I remember every moment. My hair standing up, my legs kicking off the quilt, my hands grabbing the keys to my car, my head turning to the stairs. The slamming continues throughout the process. I ran out the door. I ran to my car. I drive away. I drive so fast to get away from the slamming. It continues in my head, pounding over and over and over again. It just wouldn't stop. I can't concentrate. I just heard the slamming of my closet door over and over, like a jackhammer. It pierces my mind. It breaks my sanity. I begin to laugh and laugh even louder as I watch a pair of headlights rush into my car.